Ladies and gentlemen, hope you're having a great Saturday. Welcome back to another Northeast Outdoors video. Today I'm going to be talking a little bit about how to fish stick baits, creature baits, slow sinking soft plastics, everything of that nature. And I'm going to be talking while I'm fishing, so we get some real-time footage of what I'm actually thinking and what I'm doing when I'm out fishing. So I'm going to get into the rigging section and then I'm going to go right into fishing. So when it comes to rigging your soft plastics, is about 3 main ways you can do it, which I'm going to show you. First of which I use most, is the weightless rig. So you take your soft plastic and your Texas rig hook. You want to poke the tip through about as much as is up here on the top end. So go through a little, poke it out, slide all the way up and turn it. Once you get to the top end, it should look a little bit like this. Then what you want to do is measure the hook against the worm. So right here where it just turns smooth is where the bend of the hook comes in. You want to take this, push it down to where that bend was, poke it through, and lay it flat again. So there you go. That's how you do a perfect weightless rig every time. Now if you want to turn this into a Texas rig, you take your bullet weight and you feed this onto your line point first. So it should look like this on your line. All you do is tie your line onto this. I'm not going to tie it right now, but tie it onto your lure. It should kind of look like this. The weight will sit right against the top of that worm. The Texas rig is good for if you're punching through pads or if you're fishing in a little deeper water around weeds. Weightless rig is good if you're fishing around weeds and you don't want to get this hook caught. If you're fishing around some thick stuff, you can also take this point of the hook, poke it in just a little bit like that. That'll make sure when any of the weeds come across the top like this, they won't get caught up on this point. Now the last one I use is the wacky rig. You just put the hook right through the middle, center mass of this thing. Just looks like this. I usually use this when I catch a couple fish on the weightless rig and my worm's kind of torn up, but I don't want to throw it out yet. I'll fish it like this until the thing completely falls apart. This is good for when you're fishing in open water, not too many weeds. Your hook's pretty exposed, so it's going to get caught on weeds, so it's better to fish this in less weedy areas. All right, so first things first, if you're coming out here and you're seeing these little lily pad lanes like this, it's a pretty good spot just to plop a soft plastic around the edge. Usually fish will sit under here for shade. It also provides them a good amount of cover from whatever predators they have, so it's a good spot to fish. If you have the time, don't just go skip over them. I usually like to work these. I'll cast a frog like deep into the back of these, but I'll work them with the soft plastic going around the edge. Oh, that was a fish. I see just like that, fish came out of these lily pads, hit what I was throwing. There it is. Decent one. Yep, just like that. They come out of the bottom of these lily pads. They love sitting in there. Throwing these soft sinking plastics is a great way to get them out. Send this guy back. Now when I'm fishing these is I'll cast it out to wherever I want. Let it sit for about 5 to 10 seconds, anywhere in that range. Depends how deep it is. But you want to let that bait fall all the way to the bottom or very close to the bottom. And once you let it sit, I give it about 2 to 3 pops, bring it back up a little bit, let it sit for another 3 to 5 seconds, pop it again, keep repeating that. Usually the way it works is the twitch will get them interested and they'll think when you pause it, they'll see it fluttering down, they'll think it like died or something, or it's just too injured to swim away. They'll be like, oh, that's a pretty good easy meal. And they'll come and eat it on the fall. So usually the longer you can let it fall, the better. But obviously when you hit the bottom, it's no longer really producing that motion, it's kind of just sitting on the bottom. So it's kind of gonna depend on the depth of what you're fishing. Same thing goes for Senkos, stick baits, any other soft plastic you're gonna put on like a weightless rig. Fish them the same exact way. I do it all the same. guy's a good one. I didn't hook him too well. There's another one. Good pound. Same exact way I'm fishing these off these lily pad banks. Send this guy back. Thanks for biting, pal. Now, best places to fish these types of lures are definitely going to be the weedier type of ponds that are less than 10 feet deep. You can fish them on the banks. Now the pond itself doesn't have to be less than 10 feet deep, but typically I'm fishing these in 10 foot or less water. Just because of the way I fish them pretty slow, and I like to work them all the way down to the bottom. It's a lot less efficient if you're fishing it in like 15 feet or 20 and you're having to let it flutter all the way down every time you cast that out. Ooh, that was a fish. That was something smaller, I think. Now this is another good place to work on these kind of hot, sunny days like I have here. Anywhere where there's trees hanging over provides a good amount of shade. Bass will like to sit under there, get out of the heat a little bit. So definitely make sure, cast them in there. Never know what's gonna be sitting under those trees. What the hell? Still going? Are you good, dude? I am extremely confused. Now he finally stopped. What a weirdo. Oh, I think that was a fish. Dang. Now these laydowns, also very good spots to throw these soft plastics around. Just like the lily pads, provides cover for them. Good ambush point. Don't throw them right in the middle of the log because it's not as protected as like a jig. You'll probably get hung up down there. Definitely throw them around the edges of it. They'll usually bomb out from under the twigs and sticks. Come get your bait. Oh, I just got whacked. Dang. Goddamn camera. Well, I was about to say before my camera very conveniently died is best weather conditions to throw these type of lures. Definitely calm days. If it's too windy, not gonna be able to look at your line or feel the bite too well. The wind's gonna blow a lot of slack into it. You can still do it, it's just gonna be more difficult. As far as like sunny, cloudy goes, I don't think that matters too much for soft plastics. Typically overcast days are gonna be your best fishing days all around, but I've never had trouble throwing soft plastics on sunny days, as you can see right now. Oh, I think that was a pickerel. Goodness. Here it is. Oh, nice bass. There we go. Nice. Again, how's it going out of those lily pad edges? Seems like they're really liking that thicker stuff. This camera isn't on, so I'm just gonna let this guy go. See you later, my boy. Now, I hope you guys found today's video useful. Soft plastics are a super useful tool, especially in the summer when the water's getting a bit warmer. I usually always have one tied on to at least one rod. Very easy to use, very easy to catch fish. Now, if you found this video useful, make sure to leave me a like or a comment. And if you're new here, make sure to subscribe. I'm posting a lot of stuff like this every week. I also post normal fishing stuff if you're into that. But yeah, appreciate you guys watching, and I'll see you on the next one.